I think that a lot of us don't realize the person that we have with us 24/7. Like I feel like a lot of life is seen as some type of external battle when in reality it's more of like an internal conversation. In life we only have ourselves to be with us 24/7 all the time. You've been there through all your thicks and thins, ups and downs, and we have to take the time to appreciate that. I feel like there's a lot lost in gratitude with us being ungrateful to everything outside of our circumstance as well as ungrateful to ourselves. Who we are is not so much contained in our daily dealings with external people, but more so how we treat ourselves. What type of predicaments we let ourselves get into, what type of circumstance do we allow ourselves to be trapped within. So the main point is to be there for yourself. He who jumps owes no explanation to those who sit and watch. And a lot of the times in our life, we are the main ones jumping. We're doing stuff that other people may not find to be suited for them, and it's not supposed to be. Our mass individualization of the self is constantly restricted by our comparison to other people. As much as we try to be individuals, we often do so in a manner that's just a relation between someone else's character and our own. We only know we're great because we're comparing ourselves to people we deem as great, rather than holding ourselves up to our own standard. And when doing that, we fall victim to other people's biases and implications for themselves that aren't necessarily related to who we are. I've said it in a couple videos now, but the main person we should be trying to help is ourselves. And we need to start treating ourselves like we're someone we're trying to help. We too often, aren't looking out for ourselves or our own well-being because we feel as if like we're not someone we need to actively try to help. And I think that's because people have such a dichotomy between their thoughts and who they are, and they somewhat depersonalize their thoughts or their mind and whatnot, and try to say that they are their thoughts or they aren't, you know. But regardless of which, we still need to protect the observer of the thought, not so much so the thought itself. So, in helping ourselves, we need to at first start understanding who we are and how we function. I feel like a lot of our time is spent in obtaining information about others more than ourselves. And I think we have more to learn about ourselves in any situation with another person than we do them. We learn how we value certain things, how we want certain things to be, and how we want ourselves to be in these given situations so as to make life easier for us. Being there for yourself is more than just, you know, modern day like self-love. It's more than just like treating yourself well and doing this and that. It's also being, a little bit, not too much, but critical of yourself too. It's like allowing yourself to go with the flow, but also making yourself as aerodynamic as possible. Like making sure you're going down the stream and making sure you're doing your part, but as well as giving up that control and not allowing things to loom in your mind too much. Because if all you can do is think about it, then it's probably not worth thought. It's about being there for yourself, but, only putting your hand in when you need to. I feel like some people try to strong arm their identity too often, or they try to, let it go too much. It's not about, having a rigid structure, but having a solid platform at which to build a top of. If we don't ever focus on our foundations, one thing can cause us to entirely collapse, and then we start having an identity crisis, or, more than that, we start to lose who we are. being there for yourself is both constant effort and a relaxed, it's just relaxation. It shouldn't be a stress thing. Like, it's the way I see it, it's like letting someone make mistakes, but only stepping in if that mistake becomes detrimental to who they are. You know, and that's not to say like if you know you're gonna make a mistake, then do it. It's like saying if you do make a mistake, then okay, you've learned from it. Don't let yourself do it again, like type. So there's no real reason to constantly be hard on ourselves and slow down our own progress with the nonsense of other people's.